Hi students, welcome back for the third session of periodic table. Today we are going to learn electronic configuration of atomic number 1 to 30. I hope in the last lecture the design of periodic table was very clear to you all. Why the periodic table was divided into S block, P block, D block and F block. But today, how electrons are filled in the periodic table or how electrons are filled in the shell as well as in subshell, that we are going to see. Again, a very interesting one. Let's begin. The first one, electronic configuration, okay, atomic number 1 to 30. But before I tell you the configuration, I hope you know it, that first period contains hydrogen, helium. The second period, lithium, beryllium till neon. You know the shortcut. It is hi, hello, listen, BBC news on Friday night, that we have learned in school. Again, 11 to 20, you know it. Na mango Allah se Pepsi, soda, cola or kaju cake. Na mango Allah से Pepsi, soda, cola और kaju cake, where kaju is potassium and the cake Ca is calcium. And 21 to 30, लास्ट लेक्चर में मैंने आपको बता दिया था, लास्ट वीडियो में बताया था, व्हाट वाज दैट, साइंस टाइगर वीरो के कार्टून में, साइंस टाइगर वीरो के कार्टून में फिक्को निक्को जिंक, साइंस टाइगर वीरो के कार्टून में फिक्को निक्को जिंक, दैट यू हैव टू डू इट इन योर हैंड्स. कैसे करना है? अगर मैंने आपको कोबाल्ट पूछा तो साइंस टाइगर वीरो के कार्टून में फिक्को, फिक्को, what you got, 7, so this is a shortcut for 21 to 30, so it is 27. So this is how we get the atomic number. But let's begin with the configuration. If you all remember, last time I have shown you this is an atom where it is having 7 shells, because in a periodic table there are 7 periods. Each shell contains subshells, where I showed you first shell contains S subshell, S ka house hai, it contains 2 electrons. Second shell contains S and P subshell, where S contains 2 electrons, P contains 6 electrons. 2 plus 6 is 8 electrons. Similarly, I told you for the third one, it contains S, P and D subshell, where S contains 2 electrons, P 6 electrons and D 10 electrons. If we add all of them, it is 2, 6, 8. 8 plus 10 is 18. Similarly, we can calculate 32 for all the shells. But today I'm going to show you how these electrons are filled into these orbitals. To understand this, we have to go through the energy level of it. Just imagine if I tell you, tell me the energy of the third floor of your building. What you will do? You will see on the third floor how many houses are there. Like in this third shell, there are 3 subshells, 3 houses, S house, P house and D house. In the same way, in my building, third floor, there are 3 houses. So what you will do? You will calculate floor ka energy, shell ka energy, and you will also calculate individual houses ka energy. In the same way here also, third shell ka energy, along with that, third shell ke S orbital ka energy, P orbital ka energy, D orbital ka energy. That is nothing but that houses ka energy, and all that energy को हम add up करेंगे, and that will give me the third shell का energy. So let's calculate the energy of each and every shell as well as subshell. So for that energy level, they have given some numbers. You all know shell number is a period number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 periods, 7 shell number. Okay, that we know it. Subshell number, that is SPD, SPDF. We call it orbital also. We call it block also. And in quantum numbers, we call it azimuthal quantum number. Shell number is principal quantum number. And subshell is azimuthal quantum number. And that subshell is SPDF. तो SPDF का एनर्जी लेवल नंबर क्या दिया है, एजिमुथल क्वांटम नंबर या सबशेल नंबर क्या दिया है, 0123. 0123 मींस S का नंबर इज 0, P का नंबर इज 1, D का नंबर इज 2, F का नंबर इज 3. व्हाट डू आई कोरिलेट? मैं जब मेरे बिल्डिंग में थर्ड फ्लोर पे जाता हूँ तो ईच एंड एवरी हाउस का नंबर है 301, 302, 303. इन द सेम वे इन ईच एंड एवरी सब शेल का यहाँ पे नंबर दिया है, जो क्या है, थर्ड शेल का हाउस है, SPDF. तो उसमें क्या करेंगे, S का नंबर विल बी 0, P will be 1, D will be 2, F will be 3. You have to keep this in mind. SPDF is 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's calculate. The calculation is n plus L value. Like in one first shell you have 1s, first shell you have S, so 1s. So it is 1 is for the shell number and 0 is for the sub shell number, that is L, azimuthal quantum number. 1 plus 0 is 1. Same way 2s, 2 is the shell number and S ka sub shell number is what? 0. You remember 0, 1, 2, 3. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 2p, where 2 is the shell number, where p ka sub shell number kya tha? 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Similarly 3s, 3 is the shell number, s ka sub shell number is what? 0. So 3 plus 0 is 3. Similarly 3 plus 3p will be what? 3 will be shell number, p ka sub shell number will be 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3d will be 3 and d ka sub shell number is 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And similarly if I tell you 4f, 4 plus f ka subshell number is 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So I have calculated all the subshell and shell number. That is n plus L rule. So I calculated floor and floor ke house ka energy. I have added both of them. And after this, Hofbao principle says, arrange these orbitals in increasing order of n plus L value. इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ एन प्लस एल वैल्यू. अगर मुझे इसको इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लगाना है तो सबसे पहले क्या आएगा? 1s सबसे लोवेस्ट वैल्यू, देन इट इज 2s एंड देन 2p 3s. कंफ्यूजन, अरे सर दोनों का थर्ड थर्ड है तो क्या करेंगे? So the if both the numbers are same, can you see a 3 3 number? Can you see even 3p is 4, 4s is 4? So how will you decide? Can you see 3d is 5, 4p is 5? How will you decide? When the numbers are same, the energy levels are same, then how will you decide? Then Hofbao principle का second point. What is that second point? If two orbitals have same n plus L value, then the electron will prefer to go to lower n value. Means it will prefer to go to lower shell number. इसका simple meaning मैं बता दूं. अगर मैं मुझे मेरे बिल्डिंग में थर्ड शेल के थर्ड फ्लोर के एक हाउस का एनर्जी और फोर्थ फ्लोर के एक हाउस का एनर्जी, अगर वो दोनों का एनर्जी सेम है, थर्ड फ्लोर का हाउस एंड फोर्थ फ्लोर का हाउस, अगर दोनों का एनर्जी सेम है और मैं ग्राउंड फ्लोर से ऊपर आ रहा हूँ, तो मैं सबसे पहले कहाँ जाऊंगा? थर्ड फ्लोर के एनर्जी में सेटल हो जाऊंगा, बिकॉज दैट इज मोर कंफर्टेबल, बिकॉज दोनों की एनर्जी सेम ही है. तो मैं सोचूंगा थर्ड शेल में जाके, थर्ड फ्लोर में जाके भी उतनी एनर्जी मिल रही है, तो why should I waste my energy to go to fourth shell? In the same way, electrons also says the same thing कि lower shell वाले एनर्जी में मैं पहले जाऊंगा. So देखो मैंने आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया है. 3p is what? 3 plus 1 is 4. 4s is what? 4 plus 0 is 4. 3d is 3 plus 2 is 5. I hope you understand. P ka it is 1. 1 L number is 1, so 3 plus 1 is 4. 4s is 4 plus 0 is, that is S ka L value will be 0, 4. And 3d is 3 shell number, D ka L value is 2, 3 plus 2, 5. So whose 4 and 4? Can you see 3p and 4s? But whose n value is less? Whose shell number is less? 3p. So 3p will be filled first, then 4s, and then it will come 3d. So when you arrange it in an increasing order, you will get 1s, then you will get 2s, then you will get 2p, then 3s, then 3p. So it means if you have understood this, so can you tell me that 2p and 3s, they both have the same number? So where the electron will go? 2p, then it will go to 3s, then it will go to 3p, then it will go to 4s, because 4s ka energy 3d se kam hai. That's what we saw. So what we have to remember in a line, that it is 1s 2s 2p, 3s 3p, 4s 3d. You remember today only till this much part: 1s 2s 2p, 3s 3p, 4s 3d. So let's start filling the electrons in this. So Hofbao principle have shown all these things in this diagrammatic format. This is 1s, then 2s, then 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s. Can you see 3d, 4p, 5s? Can you see? He has filled up that increasing order. No need to learn this. This is just for your reference that NCERT book gives this type of diagram. Then period 1. Period 1 is what? Hydrogen 1. So we write 1s1. So one electron goes into 1s1. Helium is what? 2 atomic number. So both the electrons will go into s orbital, because you remember s orbital capacity is 2 electrons. Don't forget last lecture, s ka capacity 2, p ka capacity is 6 electrons, d ka capacity is 10 electrons, f ka capacity is 14 electrons. So let's begin. So before I tell you the next one, let me tell you one more rule. Whenever you are filling the electron in p orbital or d orbital or f orbital, you are not allowed to fill up like first you pair it, then you go to the next box. You are not allowed to do it. What you need to do it first, allow each and every electron to go singly to each and every box. It means single electron will be going in each orbital, then you will pair up. Why? If the single electrons are going in each orbital, then they can balance each other, they can give that symmetric attraction or symmetric repulsion to each and every phase. That's why they say first you fill up single, then you get paired. So see how I am using this in my configuration. Let's see period 2 lithium. So lithium is 3 electrons. So 3 ko how I am writing? 1s2, 2s2. Why? Because 3 में से 2 electrons will go to 1s2. 1 electron will go to 2s1 because 1s2 का s का 2 capacity खत्म. Now it will go to 2s1. Don't you forget 1s 2s 2p है and then 3s 3p है. So beryllium is 4. 4 will be what? 1s2. 4 में से 2 electrons will go to first shell s orbital 1s2. The other 2 electrons will go to second shell s orbital 2s2. Okay, then boron is 5. तो second shell में s और p दोनों है. तो second shell में 5 electrons में से boron के 2 electrons will go to 1s2, then 2 electrons will go to 2s2, and then fifth electron will go to 2p1. So it is 2 2 4 5. Then sixth is what? 6 में से 2 electrons will go to 1s2, then 2 electrons will go to 2s2, and then next 2 electrons will go to 2p2. And now from carbon to neon it is 2p2, 2p3, 2p4, 2p5, 2p6. Why? Because p orbital contains only 6 electrons. So यहाँ पे second shell is completely filled. But there is one more configuration called as abbreviated configuration, or called as anomalous configuration. So how do we understand? Not anomalous, sorry, abbreviated configuration and condensed configuration. It was my mistake. It was condensed configuration. So what is condensed configuration? Condensed configuration may you write only last shell ka configuration. Where is the last shell? 1s or 2s mein? 1 is the first shell, 2s ka 2 is second shell. So which is the last shell? Second shell is the last shell. So you are supposed to write only second shell ka configuration. 2s1, 2s2, 2s2, 2p1. Can you see? Everywhere second shell ka configuration likha hai. So where 1s2 is written? What is 1s2? So 1s2 is represented as helium. Why? Because you all know helium configuration is 1s2, 2 electrons. So to make it simplified, they said you don't write other configuration, just write last configuration. So for all other configuration, you just write inert gas. So 1s2 is for the helium. So it is helium, 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 helium. So if I tell you fluorine, fluorine is 9 atomic number. How will you fill? So I will write 9 के लिए helium, helium means 2. अब 9 में से 2 चले गए. What you are left with? 7. That 7 electrons में से 2 electrons will go to 2s and 5 electrons will go to 2p. So what you will say? 2s2, 2p5. Why? Because 2s का s का capacity 2 ही है और p का कैपेसिटी 6, तो 6 की जगह पे 5 तो जा ही सकता है. सो 2s2, 2p5. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे 2s2, 2p6 हो जाएगा बिकॉज इट इज नियॉन. Let's go further. I hope you're getting it. The shortcut is hi, hello, live. Yeah, listen BBC News on Friday night. Going to the next one. You know it is ना मांगो अल्लाह से पेप्सी सोडा कोला और काजू केक. यहाँ पे ना 11. So 11 का भी 11th electron where it will go? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So first 2 electrons in 1s2, next 2 electrons in 2s2, the 6 electrons in 2p6, 6, 2, 8, 2, 10. 10 are done. 11 में से 10 are done. You're left with 1. So that 1 electron will go to 3s1. So we write neon 3s1. Why neon 3s1 in the condensed configuration? Because what is 1s, 2s2, 2p6? It is neon. Check everybody, the last one, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 is what? Neon. So that's why they said that you are supposed to write in condensed configuration only neon 3s1. Neon 3s2. So you have to learn this condensed one. So can I say now simplified? If I take it very simple, if magnesium is 12, I'll say neon 10. After neon 10, it is what? 3s2. Simple. If I tell you aluminum is 13, 13 is what? Neon 10. 3s2 is 11, 12. 12 के बाद 1 electron, 13th electron will go to 3p1 because you know S का capacity is only 2. So after 3s, it will be 3p1. Same way 14 will be neon 10. 3s2 is 11, 12. And 12 से 14, 2 electrons, 3p2. Again 15 is phosphorus, neon 10. 3s2, 11, 12. And 12 से 15 is how many? 3 electrons. So it is 3p3. Same way 16, neon is 10. 16 sulfur के लिए क्या करेंगे? Neon 10. 3s2 is what? 11, 12. And 12 to 16 is 4. So it is 3p4. Similarly, chlorine is 17. Neon 3s2, 3p5. That is 10. 3s2 is 11, 12. And 3p5 is 17. Okay. Similarly, argon is neon 3s2, 3p6. That is coming to 18. Going to the next one, that is 1920, potassium and calcium. If it is potassium and calcium, potassium is 19, calcium is 20. So आपको याद है 1s, 2s, 3s, 3p के बाद 3d नहीं है, पहले 4s है. So first we'll fill up 4s and then we'll fill up 3d. So 4s will come first. So it is what मैंने लिखा है argon 4s1. So actual configuration क्या है? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. उसके बाद हम 4s1 में डालेंगे. पर you all know 3p6 क्या है? What is neon 3s2, 3p6? What is this 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6? It is argon, that is 18 atomic number. तो हम लोग कंडेंस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में क्या लिखते हैं? सिर्फ लास्ट शेल लिखते हैं. तो यहाँ पे थर्ड शेल खत्म हो रहा है एंड लास्ट शेल क्या है? आर पोटेशियम में फोर्थ शेल इज द लास्ट शेल. तो हम लोग का सेकंड लास्ट शेल, फोर्थ शेल इज द लास्ट शेल. तो कंडेंस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में सिर्फ मुझे लास्ट शेल का लिखना है. सो आई विल बी जस्ट राइटिंग 4s1. पर उसके पहले कौन सा इनर्ट गैस तक पूरा फिलफिल हो रहा है? आर्गन तक पूरा फिलफिल हो रहा है. तो हम लोग सिर्फ रखेंगे 19 में से 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज सेम एज आर्गन. सो आई जस्ट रोट आर्गन which I showed you 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 in the previous slide. उसको हम आर्गन लिखेंगे and 18 तक आर्गन, then 4s1 is 19. तो अभी सिंपल कैल्शियम 20 करना है, आर्गन 18, 19, 20 is 4s2, डन. 20 तक इट इज इजी. ओके देन 21 तो पर याद रखना है 19, 20 के लिए 3s 3p के बाद क्या है? 4s है. तो ये आपको ये आर्गन याद रहेगा. एंड नाउ फ्रॉम 21 to 30 onwards everywhere argon will come and then we'll write 4s to 1920 and then 21st electron, that is science, that is nothing but 21 scandium. So 21st electron will go to 3d1. Argon is 18, 4s2 is 1920, 21st is 3d1 because next orbital is 3d1. 22 is titanium. So titanium के लिए क्या होगा? Argon is 18, 4s2 is 1920, 20 से 2 electrons 22, it will be what? 3d2. 23 is vanadium. Vanadium will be what? Argon is 18, 4s2 is 1920 and 20 से it is 3d3. 20 से 23 will be what? 3 electrons, so it is 3d3. So what I am trying to say, suppose मैंने आपको 27 दे दिया, so what you will do? 27 के लिए argon is 18, 4s2 is 1920. Okay, then 20 से 27 is how many electrons? 7. So we'll write 3d7. So what is the configuration of 27? Argon 4s2 3d7. That is for the cobalt. Okay, that I'll tell you again in the next slide. Okay, but before that, what's the stability rule? Stability rule is what? जैसे हम लोग ने 10th में पढ़ा था that 8 electrons आ गए तो stable हो गया, octet complete. Okay, but now the new rule is for the subshell. अगर सबशेल हाफ फिल्ड है या कंप्लीटली फिल्ड है तो भी वो स्टेबल. लाइक पी ऑर्बिटल कंटेन 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, 6 में से बेटा 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हुए तो भी स्टेबल, 6 हुए तो भी स्टेबल. डी ऑर्बिटल कंटेन्स 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, 10 हुए तो भी स्टेबल, हाफ हुए 5 तो भी stable. So it means what? Half filled and completely filled is also stable. Why? Because half filled, what it will do? It will balance all the orbitals and it will give symmetrical distribution of electrons. So let's see where it is being used. So it is used in chromium and copper. How it is used in chromium and copper? Look at this chromium. Chromium is 24. We write what? Argon 18. 4s2 is 1920. 20 say 24. How many electrons? 4 electrons. So it is 3d4. But look at this 3d4. It is nearby to 3d5. Means it is going to make the half filled configuration. So what happens? 4s and 3d energy level is almost nearby. Almost nearby. So they say the energy is almost same. So the electrons of 4s and 3d repel each other. If they repel each other, so the electron easily gets jumped from 4s to 3d. If one electron is jumping from 4s to 3d, it becomes 4s1 3d5. So we write argon 4s1 3d5. Simple. So what does this mean? 4s1 is half filled, 3d5 is also half filled. So both becomes stable by getting half filled. Similarly, copper, 29, argon is 18, 4s2 is 1920, 20 to 29 is 3d9. So if I make 3d9 to 3d10, it will become completely filled, stable ho jayega. So again, there is inter-electronic repulsion between 4s and 3d, which allows one electron to jump into 3d from 4s to 3d. So 4s2 becomes 4s1, 3d9 becomes 3d10. Where 3d10 is completely filled, 4s1 is half filled, it becomes highly stable. So to attain stability, electron is jumping, and that's why chromium and copper ka we write this configuration for chromium 4s1 3d5, for copper 4s1 3d10. So that is what I am showing you in this. Can you see chromium 4s1 3d5? Can you see copper 4s1 3d10 29. And in between, I told you it is very simple. Manganese is 25, so argon is 18, 4s2 is 19 20, 20 से 25 5 85. Iron is 26, argon is 18, 18 के बाद 4s2 is 19 20, 20 से 26 is how much? 3d6. Again 27, I told you argon 18, 19, 20 is 4s2, 20 से 27 is 7, 3d7. Same way nickel 28, argon is 18, 4s2 is 19 20, 20 से 28 will be around 8 electrons, so it will be 3d8. Similarly zinc, zinc is how much? 30, 30 is argon is 18, 4s2 is 19 20, 20 से 30 तक it is 10 electrons, so we write 3d10. I hope you like it, but for that we need to learn the shortcut. That science tiger वीरो के कार्टून में, साइंस टाइगर वीरो के कार्टून में Pico, Nico, Zinc, where Science SC is scandium, Tiger TI is titanium, Tiger TI is titanium, and Vero KV is vanadium. Then cartoon ka CR is chromium, Mene ka Mn is manganese, Pico is iron cobalt, Nico is nickel copper, and zinc is Zn. So if you learn this, then this configuration is very easy to get atomic number and configuration. So thank you all of you for listening to me, and stay tuned to this channel, because next time the electronic configuration is going to be in a different way. I'm going to tell you how you can write electronic configuration without getting the atomic numbers. Means without remembering the atomic number, you can write the configuration. How you do it, that's a trick. So stay tuned to this and keep subscribing this videos, keep liking this video so I also get motivated. See you next time. Thank you.